It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And yes, we got the Friday feels here, and especially ahead of tomorrow's big clash because the Springboks are heading to GQ for their second test of the Castle Lager incoming series. And hey, listen, it is set to be an absolutely historic one. We have Willie le Roux earning his 100th cap and Salman Murat taking over captaincy, as well as Rassie Erasmus, who has named 3 uncapped players in a bold new look team. So to help us break it down and all the things that we are previewing for the weekend's clash against Italy, we've got former professional rugby player, all-round good-looking guy, TV and radio personality, part of our family, Morgan Newman in the building. Are you, bro?
I'm good, brother. I'm good, man. Yeah, early morning, but I'm good, thank you.
You sound hyped for this weekend's game. You got that rugger gears in you. I can feel it, bro. You ready?
When the Boks are in town or when the Boks are about to play over a weekend, then I've always got that gears. You know, it's Bok Friday after all.
Yeah,
so,
obviously, dude. So let's talk about it. There's so much happening after last week's game. We got to look forward to a debutant, Vincent Chituka. Man, was incredible. But this time around, we got 3 new debutants. We got a new captain in Salman Murat. And then, obviously, that means fresh combos in the park. What do you think is going to be going down?
Yeah, dude, very interesting, I thought. Look, for me, it looks very much like this was pre-planned. This was discussed 6 weeks ago.
Okay.
You know, we're going to play our strongest in week 1.
Make a statement.
Make a statement in week 1. Build some momentum, which we actually didn't get, to be fair.
That's true, right? They really brought it to us last week, bro.
Azuri proper brought it to us. And then, you know, try and take the momentum, which we never got in the end. But take that momentum into the next 2 test matches, obviously this weekend against Italy and then following that against Georgia. And then hopefully from that, try and build some squad depth into the Rugby Championship. And then from the Rugby Championship, obviously we know that Rassie's big plan is looking towards Rugby World Cup in 2 years' time.
And if we talk about 2 years' time, that's 2027. That's a big vision, and it looks like a lot of the stalwarts that we had might not last that long, and we need to look to the future, right? So, new captaincy, we got Salman Murat here wearing the armband. Is this towards that vision of 2027, you think?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's got to be. You know, there needs to be a succession plan.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So many coaches in the past have picked teams just for themselves, and then come the end of their tenure, it's like, well, the new coach comes in.
Massive hole.
You know, it's a massive hole. So, Salman Murat at captaincy, I mean, he's been captain before.
Yeah.
Asking me whether he's the right guy or not, I'm not quite sure yet. I think he needs to find his feet as a player first.
You know
what I mean?
Agree with you, man.
And we know that our lock depth in the Springbok squad is second to none. We've got so many good players in that position. Yeah. Does he pick himself? Not yet. But having said that, when Siya Kolisi was captain, when he started being captain many, many years ago, was he the best 6 flanker that there was in the country at the time? Possibly not. So, you know, one's got to find the balance between. I think Rassie's finding a nice balance here. You know, there's enough experience within the squad to help him make the decisions. Although, having said that, it is quite a new squad, and it'll be interesting to see what kind of mindset they come out with, you know, because if the Azuri take the lead early on, is there enough in that squad to get us going and to really play the brand of rugby and stick to the plan? But interesting to see.
It will, and if you take into account the defence that they brought against South Africa last weekend, we're going to need to show up to try and penetrate that again. And I'm hoping that maybe the youngsters can bring something fresh to allow that to happen. We talk about the youngsters, though, but let's not forget Willie le Roux here, bro. 100th test cap. This is huge. I was looking at his debut and the years that he's played, something came out on the socials. I was blown away. This guy has served us well. What do you think about this weekend? Over a decade of him performing, is it going to add that extra value? Or is this kind of just like a sign-off in a sense?
Look, I think it's a bit of both, to be honest. I think, you know, if you're brutally honest about Willie, then obviously he's taken heaps of criticism over many, many years. You know what I mean? But, you know, I always say he's been taking a lot of criticism, but having gone through, I think it's 5 Springbok coaches, for all of them to see something in him, to pick him every single time.
Gotta have some talent.
He's gotta have some talent, you know what I mean? And so I don't think he's gonna make the World Cup. You know, if you look at the fullbacks coming through, Damian Willens, Willie le Roux, he's under tremendous pressure to just make the squad. So even though Rassie won't admit to it, I think there certainly is a handshake to say, listen, for all the services that he's done, he certainly earns his 100 cap. And look, he's been really, really good at times for the Springboks. So he certainly deserves his 100 caps. But is he part of the plans for the future? I'm not certain of that.
It almost feels like a lot of these older players are taking on these sort of transitionary roles where they're in the squad, but they're more there to assist with that transition, share their skills. And I think it's a beautiful system that Rassie's developed there. Overall, though, it's a big weekend. Obviously, everybody's getting behind Springboks. And I think the domination we expected didn't happen. So what do you think we need to get that right for this weekend's game? How do you think we're going to get it right?
Look, I think, with the massive 15 changes, in a match day 23, 15 changes. I mean, only 8 guys that experienced last week are on the field that will take to the field this week. So, having said that, I think what they need to get right is just their systems and structures. I think we got easily suckered into the Azzurri way. You know what I mean? And we know such a young, inexperienced Italian side that came to Cape Town. I think it was a case of, sorry, not Cape Town in Joburg, but I think it's a case of sticking to the structures, lay down the platform nice and early. The Springbok way, what is that? Lay the foundation up front. We've got nice, exciting outside backs. I mean, Edwin van der Merwe, Makazole Mapimpi, they're going to be excited. They want ball. Kanan Moody at 13, extremely exciting combination there with Andre Esterhuizen. And then Mani Libbok, we know, Mani Libbok's way, play on the advantage line.
Playmaker, man.
You know what I mean? Extremely great passing game. And I think they're going to be very exciting, but as the old cliche goes, the game will be won or lost up front.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting game, that's a guarantee. And I can't thank you enough, Morgan, for giving us all the gears and the hype. And listen, it gets even better because I got something awesome to tell you about. And you ready? Because it gets cool, right? So if your blood is green and gold, right, we want to get you involved in a competition. This one is for you. We have 2 sets of 5 tickets to give away to the Springboks versus Italy match in Berga. And all you need to do is enter and tell us who the current Springbok head coach is. It's that simple. So if you get that answer correctly, you want to come through and comment on Expresso's social pages, and don't forget to use the hashtag Springboks. Now, the competition closes today, obviously, and it's at midday. So get entering right now, and your T's and C's do apply, and you can find it at expressoshow.com. Listen, it's a game you definitely want to get involved in. But for now, though, we still want to get involved in our family celebrating 60 years. What's happening, ladies?